Hello, everybody. This is Curtis with 382days.com, and I have either cured my diabetes or I never had it. Don't know. I've never actually been diagnosed with diabetes. However, I've been at a weight that a lot of people assumed I had diabetes. Fortunately, I guess I don't know if it's fortunate or not. I've never been diagnosed with it. I have had my blood sugars tested, the A1C. They do that, of course, at your annual physicals, which I do about every decade or so. And I've never had that diagnosed. However, recently I've been trying to troubleshoot a couple of issues that I've been having. One is recurring high blood pressure. And so, one of the things that people thought was if you have um, high blood sugar. And so I said, well, you know what? I could test that. And so I went out and I got a one touch VarioFlex glucose monitor. Here's the actual monitor itself. This is the little stabby thing. That's where you put in what they call a lancet. It just has a needle on the end, which makes you bleed. And then in here, this little looks like one of the old time film canisters has the testing strips that you put in here in the little end here. And so I went out and I got that, or actually got it through my insurance company. And so One Touch sent me that in the mail. It came with 10 testers, 10 Lancets, and I've done a few tests. You can see on the screen here that my very first test was 76. If you don't know much about blood glucose readings, the reason it's in green is because green is a good thing. My 76 is in the range you want to. In fact, Chris Kresser has an article on blood sugars, and he even recommends lower numbers than what the medical associations recommend, and it's well within his ranges as well, which makes me very, very happy. That was fasted blood sugar at, let me see. I had been fasting for 49 hours and 20 minutes at that point. So later on, probably an hour or so later, I tested. I had drank some, or no, right after that, I should say, I had a cup of olive juice, and I was curious how that affected, because one of the other reasons I got this was not just to see if I had high blood sugars for my blood pressure, but also to test how certain foods affected me and stuff like that. And so during a fast, as you know, if you've watched my videos before, I like to have sauerkraut juice, but somebody hasn't made any sauerkraut recently. I don't want to mention any names. And so I haven't had that, but I have been eating olives, and so I've been keeping the juice, and I drank some of that, and you can see that it raised it a little bit, but not much. I was talking to some people, and they think it's within the margins of error, so nothing to worry about there. The next day, I woke up and I tested it again. It was 75. That's that number. That's 75 on the left there. And that number reflects my waking up. I've always heard that your blood sugar goes up in the morning because it's basically preparing you for the day. Apparently, mine doesn't go up much. In fact, if anything, it goes down. Um, Maybe it's up from what it is while I'm sleeping. Don't know. Have never tested it while I was sleeping. And then later that day, I finally broke my fast at about 60 some hours. And you can see an hour after fasting, it was 98. That's that first 98 there. And then at 2 hours after fasting, I checked again, because some people say check an hour after fast or feasting. Sorry, I keep saying feasting. It's uh, not. Or I keep saying fasting. It's not feast. It's feasting. So that first 98 is 1 hour. The second 98 is 2 hours, and you can see they're exactly the same. So for me, apparently, it doesn't make a big difference. I will probably do that a couple more times as I eat to test different things. My meal yesterday was a very low carb. In fact, I don't know that I probably didn't break 20 grams of carbs for that meal. And then again, the next 71 is this morning's wake up blood glucose, and it's 71. So even my high numbers, my 98s, are lower than Chris Kresser's recommended numbers for people who have feasted or excuse me, fasted. So, because of course, when you feast, you're supposed to have higher blood glucose because your body's processing it. So those 98s are even lower than his fasted recommendations. So by I think 4 points or something like that. Um, but in fact, I'll put a link to his article in the show notes here. So yay, that's really cool. Some other cool things that are happening, as you can tell, or as you can hear from what I'm saying, uh, my blood pressure's been up, but everything else is great. My weight circumference is down. It's down a total of, I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 inches. Um, my weight is down to 377.51. My high weight was 391, so that's what 100 and some odd pounds lost totally. Of course, that not all of that was eating healthy. Some of that was just doing OMAD and eating crap, and not even on purpose. I did a video on that before, but since I've been eating healthy on purpose, I've lost somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 pounds, like 69 pounds and some odd ounces. I haven't walked much today. You can see that number there because I just got up and started doing this video. I took my blood glucose. I weighed myself because today's my weigh day. I love my weigh day. And obviously doing good in my audio. Those are the things that the Apple device checks for me or keeps track of, I should say, because it doesn't check anything. But it does get fed by the other devices and stuff like that that I use. I have switched to my all digital scale. It's a Withings digital scale, and so that's where that 377.51 is coming from. I can tell you that if I use my mechanical scale, my weight would be a little bit higher, probably as much as 2 pounds. But I'm not going to use that one going forward. I'm going to use the digital one. So this is the weight I'm counting. At 2 pounds is not a big deal. When you have to lose 300 pounds, 2 pounds is not much to worry about. Okay. Things are going really good. Like I said, I'm concerned about my blood pressure. So it's not my glucose. So the next thing I'm trying to do is doing magnesium. And so I tried Epsom salt soaks with my feet. I'm either not using enough Epsom salt or that just isn't being absorbed well enough by my body. And so I got some supplements yesterday. I have noticed a slight improvement over my last two reads since one in the middle of the night because my dog was barking, and then one this morning, better than the range it's been. And you can see that here, these two right here on the right. Um, let's see, I think, yeah, it'd be on your right, are a little bit lower than what they've been over the last couple of days. But it's my blood pressure has been high, and that's not a good thing. And I want to try to mitigate it on my own before I see a doctor and have them prescribe me a medication, or they'll prescribe me a medication. I won't need to have them do it. And then I have to make a decision on whether to take it or not. I really don't want to go on medications because I'm not currently on anything. In fact, the only thing I take is magnesium at the moment, and I'll probably start taking vitamin D again, especially as winter comes and it's kind of dingy out. No sun, no vitamin D. So actually, you get it from your food. So who knows? We'll see. Anyways, that's a quick update today, and thanks for watching. See ya.